Some people will try anything for a quick buck. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most ridiculous lawsuits of all time.
Lawyer up, blue boy, cause I'm gonna sue you all!
For this list, we're looking at lawsuits throughout history that have made the most outlandish and ridiculous claims, whether the plaintiffs won or not. We're excluding purposefully silly ones, like State Senator Ernie Chambers suing God to make a satirical jab at the absurdity of certain lawsuits.
I needed that hook to catch the public's attention, engage their mind, and get them to see how important the operation of the court system is in assuring that every grievance should have a right to at least one review by a judge.
Only serious, legit lawsuits are allowed here, no matter how silly they may be. And trust us, they get silly. Number 10, Morse v. Frederick.
I find it absurdly funny. I was not promoting drugs. I assumed most people would take it as a joke.
High school and weed are an unfortunate combination, and pot culture can sometimes create decidedly silly behavior.
You want to live in here?
Yes, you want to be it?
Oh my God, I just want to shove it up my nose and have that smell all day. That's amazing.
Shove it anywhere you like.
Beautiful.
Case in point, in 2002, the principal of a high school suspended student Joseph Frederick after he put up a banner with the words "Bong Hits for Jesus" across from the school during an event that was supervised by the school. And what was said event, you ask? The Olympic torch relay. Naturally, Frederick took the opportunity to sue and claimed his right to free speech was violated.
There's a reason why the First Amendment is first. That deals with all our ability to engage in our own philosophical and ideological pursuits and to practice freedom of religion and to express ourselves.
He was initially dismissed by the federal district court, but the decision was ultimately reversed on appeal, and Frederick was awarded a $45,000 settlement out of court.
I'm actually a high school teacher, and I'm inclined to side with the student on this one.
Number 9, Joseph v. National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA et al. In January of 2014, astronomers revealed an interesting photo of the Martian surface, showing a strange rock that was not present in the same spot 12 days earlier. It naturally brought considerable attention before scientists deduced that it was likely knocked into place by the rover's wheels.
The Opportunity rover did a kind of a pirouette, we call it a turn in place, but drove in such a fashion that it would drag the right front wheel kind of chattering across the ground.
Undeterred, Californian Ron Joseph filed legal papers, claiming that NASA wasn't doing enough to study what he believed to be a living organism and a sign of life on Mars.
In the court's papers, Joseph suggests that the rock may not be a rock at all, but rather a fungus-like organism. If so, that would mean Opportunity had discovered life on Mars.
We're excited about such a prospect, but this one's just a rock, dude.
I do like the way it sounds. I like it a lot.
Number 8, Heckard v. Jordan and Heckard v. Nike.
Air Jordan from Nike.
In this case of celebrity lookalike versus celebrity, and the company that made said celebrity famous, an African-American man from Portland, Oregon named Alan Heckard sued both NBA star Michael Jordan and Nike for $416 million each. He was supposedly suffering from being constantly mistaken for the ex-Chicago Bulls player whenever he was out in public.
Well, their things could be worse.
Yeah, if I'm playing basketball and people think I'm Michael Jordan, that seems like it's pretty awesome.
Though they differ in age and height, Heckard and Jordan both have shaved heads and wear a single earring. One's a famous athlete, and the other's an airport shuttle driver with a criminal record. In the end, Heckard dropped the suit before going to trial and without being given any money.
Did everyone get mad at you?
No, worse. Everyone was real nice about it.
Number 7, Clyde V Nike.
Something else you can't do in Air Jordans? Beat someone up and blame the sneakers.
If you ask us, there's nothing more disgusting than an immoral person blaming someone, or in this case something, else for his or her crimes.
It's an inanimate f***ing object.
You're an inanimate f***ing object!
A pimp named Sir Giorgio Sanford Clardy was given a 100-year prison sentence after he viciously beat the customer of one of his prostitutes with his Air Jordans. Clardy repeatedly stomped on the dude's face, resulting in the victim requiring stitches and plastic surgery. According to Clardy, this was Nike's fault, and he sued the company for not putting a label on the product warning consumers that they could be used as deadly weapons. Yeah, your prison sentence has nothing to do with the fact that you stomped on a guy's head.
You're just making excuses.
Number 6, Recording Industry Association of America v. Walton.
We must promise them
that new technology and distribution will pay them fairly.
The Recording Industry Association of America are known for being bloodthirsty creatures, and not even the deceased can escape its wrath.
According to the RIAA, music piracy is the biggest reason revenue in that industry has declined from over $14 billion back in '99 to less than half that now.
Proof? They attempted to sue an 83-year-old woman for making 700 songs publicly available on the internet, but they sued her following her death. And the filed lawsuit came after her daughter responding to a warning letter with a copy of her mother's death certificate to RIAA lawyers. Sorry guys, but we're pretty sure you're not winning this one.
The Record Industry Association of America needs a guide dog. They cannot tell the difference between a pirate and someone who's operating a lemonade stand.
Number 5. Overton V AnheuserBusch Co.
Guys, hurry up! The magic fridge is back!
Beer is certainly delicious, there's no denying that. But we'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who believes that it has magical powers. However, Richard Overton was certainly fooled, as he sued Bud Light in 1991 for their false and misleading advertisements. In their commercials, male drinkers are often depicted in tropical settings surrounded by gorgeous women.
Release into the stretch. Good.
Overton's lawsuit concluded those particular representations of life after drinking the beer were, quote, untrue, and should therefore be labeled false advertisement. His case was suitably dismissed. Interestingly, Overton doesn't drink alcohol. He filed the lawsuit when his young kids had become entranced by Bud's spokesdog, Spuds McKenzie.
But you really cooking that.
All right. Number 4. Clyde V Nolan and Warner Bros. Helped by its grim tone and dark subject matter, The Dark Knight became an immensely popular film in 2008. All the success became an issue for the mayor of a city called Batman, located in Turkey. In his bat-crap crazy lawsuit, Hussein Kalkan made plans to sue Warner Bros. And director Christopher Nolan for using the name Batman without the city's permission, as if the capital of Batman province owned the rights to the name. Kalkan even blamed the movie for a rise of unresolved murders and suicides in the area, claiming that The Dark Knight had made a negative psychological impact on the city's residents.
Well, then everyone loses their minds.
The suit doesn't appear to have ever seen its day in court, and Kalkan was also sentenced to jail for promoting terrorism the same year.
It's gone.
Number 3. Sevier v. Apple Inc.
This sound gets me hard as a f***ing rock.
We're not gonna lie, there's a lot of porn on the internet. That said, it isn't Apple's fault, no matter what Chris Sevier thinks. Sevier complained that his Apple product didn't come with a porn filter, and argued in his lawsuit that because of that, he became addicted to pornography, which in turn destroyed his life.
I don't know if you know this, but Apple doesn't own the internet.
While we can understand his argument about the lack of a filter, it's unbelievable to think he's blaming Apple for his desire for, quote, younger, more beautiful girls featured in porn videos rather than his wife.
But that's why you like to watch those hoes in those videos, because you don't gotta do anything for them, right?
We don't know about you, but random porn sites don't just pop up on our computers. You have to actively search for that.
That's not supposed to be on here, though.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. Hey, we were just trying to like have fun. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sneak in on you.
No, don't worry about it, man. I was supposed to be checking my email and then this came up. I don't know why.
Number 2, Rosenberg v. Harwood and Google.
Getting directions is easy. Start from the search box and search for a specific location.
Google Maps is an astounding creation, as it gives directions to almost anywhere in the world. However, the web mapping surface doesn't account for cars. Lauren Rosenberg was following Google's walking directions, which led her onto a busy highway with no sidewalks. She intelligently kept right on following the highway and was subsequently hit by a car. As a result, she sued both Google and the driver, Patrick Harwood, for $100,000, but her claims were ultimately dismissed. We don't think Google needs the explicit statement of please don't walk into moving cars on their directions, but apparently they do. Oh, and by the way, it was nighttime when Rosenberg ventured out onto this highway. Before we take our silliest lawsuit to court, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Lucas V. McDonalds.
He says he suffered undue mental anguish after he was given only one napkin when he visited the burger chain.
While you've probably heard the story about the woman who sued McDonald's for serving their coffee too hot and her suffering of third-degree burns, at least that one had legal grounds.
We bought a product, it was used as intended, it was unreasonably hot and therefore unreasonably dangerous, and those were the essential facts.
Nothing trumps Webster Lucas's lawsuit, though, in which he sued McDonald's for $1.5 million over a confrontation stemming from a request for more napkins. Instead of giving him more napkins, the manager allegedly resorted to racist remarks and cursed at Lucas instead, which left the customer distressed, unable to work, and demanding a cool $1.5 million. It's not that being discriminated against isn't legitimately distressing, but the thing is, Mr. Lucas seems to have a history of suing fast food joints. He reportedly sued Jack in the Box twice, and also brought suit against Walmart and Denny's.
It's the best way to celebrate friendship.
Do you agree with our list? Can you think of any other silly lawsuits?
If they are learning at such a young age that, freedom of speech is more a myth than a fact, then that is sort of a dangerous precedent to set for our country.
For more sane top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
And although phone receivers, boots, ropes, and scalding hot water have been classified as dangerous weapons in Oregon, they aren't required to have warning labels.